Hi students, I am Premchandar K, lecturer in computers, working at SRR Government Arts and Science College, Karimnagar. In last few classes, we are discussing about complete computer system parts. A complete computer system consisting of 4 parts: hardware, software, user, data. In previous class, we discussed about software. What is software? What are the types of software? Set of electronic instructions called as programs. These are called as software. Software tells hardware what to do. Software brings life to the machine. So here computer is an electronic device, so it requires electronic instructions to perform any work with the hardware. We discussed types of types of softwares. So here software broadly divided into 2 types: operating system, or popularly called as system software also. Another one is application software. Operating system is a master control program. It acts as a governor. It will provide an interface. So in last class we stopped here. So here user want to perform work with the hardware. So here user directly cannot interact with the hardware because system or hardware knows machine language, whereas user knows human language. So here user first of all interact with the application program. Application program interacted hardware through operating system. So here the down arrow shows user interacting with the application program. Application program interacting with the operating system. Operating system convert user commands or instructions what the requirement or the what is required by the user is done with the hardware. So here operating system translates user given human commands into machine language. After receiving a command or instruction into hardware then process it and gives the answer or result or the required output, whatever it may be, that is which are in machine language. Then it is transferred to operating system. Operating system translates user hardware given result or answer into user language through application software. So here it is a step-by-step chain action. Here user interacting application program interacting operating system interacting hardware. So here after performing the given task, the result or output again retranslated to operating system, then operating system transferred to the application program, then it is useful to the user. In last class we stopped here. Now we look at what are the functions of operating system. Consider here the yellow color which is in between or in the middle of the hexagons is an operating system. So here operating system perform several types of functions. They are: first one, file management, process management, input output devices management, network management, storage or secondary storage management, security management. Operating system perform several types of tasks or several types of functions. Among that, most popular common functions we are discussing here. There are thousands or even hundreds of the functions to be performed by the operating system. Those are all divided into some categories. Among that categories, here we are discussing main functions. So in exam point of view, they may ask question like what is operating system? Discuss different types of functions performed by the operating system. So here operating system performing file management, process management, input output devices management, network management, secondary storage management, security management. So here there are the major types of functions to be performed by the operating system. So here process management. Here the action of conversion of raw data into useful information is done in a step-by-step manner. This conversion is called as procedure. So the device which takes place converting data into information are done procedure in a step-by-step manner, that is called as processor or process management. Here processor management mainly involves putting the task into order and pairing them into manageable size before they get to the CPU. So here before going to the CPU, the tasks are arranged in a usable sizes or which are performed by the CPU. So here that is done with the help of operating system. Second one is memory management. So here memory management mainly coordinates data to and from random access memory and determines the necessity for virtual memory. In olden days the memory is very limited. In that olden days, or even though nowadays also, memory is costly affair. So each and every program cannot be entirely not loaded into memory. So here operating system loaded required instructions at the time of processing. The remaining is stored in the storage devices. So here the main task of the operating system is memory management also. So here it coordinates because there are several programs are loaded into random access memory simultaneously. So each and every program should allocated a time slot of central processing unit, and after completing the task or in between the completion of tasks, the instruction is rebacked into the random access memory. So here operating system determine the necessity for the virtual memory and it coordinates data which to be received from random access memory and which to be retained to random access memory from the processor. So here memory management improve the efficiency of the computer system, because with the limited random access memory capacity we are performing more than one program simultaneously. So here without getting any disturbance, operating system manages allocation of memory and allocation of processing time to the given task. Next one is device management. Here device management which provides interface between the connected devices. So here in the definition we already discussed that operating system coordinates or it governs between the hardware and software. There are so many hardware devices exist with a single system. So here each and every device, there are several types of input devices there, several types of output devices also exist. More than one means several, consider as more than one means several. Here 2 or 3 input devices exist, 2 or 3 output devices also exist to a single computer. So here operating system manage hardware coordination, at the same time hardware software coordination also. Each and every device wants processor time. Here there are more than one number or several number of input output devices exist, but processor is a single device or single hardware exists to a computer. Each and every device, whether it is input device or output device, wants to be complete task with the help of processor. So each and every device require processor time. So here operating system control or manages hardware management coordination. Without the coordination of the input and output devices, it cannot be success to get a complete the task, because input device user may allow to give instructions or commands with the help of keyboard and at the same time mouse. So here user is provided to send data with the keyboard or with the help of mouse, but here processor is a single device. Whether the user sending instructions through keyboard or whether the user sending instructions through mouse, processor should take the instructions from the user given by both the input devices. This could be done or this could be arranged in an order or in a time getting inside, that is done with the help of operating system. Here operating system performing device management. After receiving the instruction through the keyboard or mouse, then it is forwarded to random access memory. From there it is forwarded to cache memory. From there it is sent to processing unit. Then it sent to display unit. This could be done very fast manner. For getting understand it is difficult or it is a time taking process. For a computer it could be achieved within the fraction of seconds, because computer's speed is measured in nanoseconds. As a human being we are able to divide the time slot into seconds only, and we can easily identify seconds in our watch, but even in our real life it is very difficult to recognize a second time slot. But for a computer it is a big time slot is second. It divides a single second into several number of nanoseconds as we discussed. So here this step by step coordination between the hardware is done with the help of operating system. Next one is storage management. Here in storage management it directs permanent data storage. So here whenever user want to store a particular program permanently, or he want to reutilize the program, then user wants to store the program permanently, then operating system allocate a specific area on hard disk or user given compact disk or digital video disk or any floppy disk. So here storage management, whenever user want to store a particular program, then memory allocation or storage allocation is done with the help of operating system only. Operating system verify the measures the program or the storing program capacity in MBs or in GBs. If the required storage space is available on the hard disk or any other storage devices, then automatically it get copied from random access memory to that storage device. It pre-calculates the program storage capacity or the program size. Then operating system searches for the required size on the hard disk or any other storage devices such as compact disk, digital video disk or Blu-ray or floppy disk, whatever it may be specified by the user. if the required storage capacity is not available on the disk or on the hard disk, then it display a message insufficient memory or insufficient storage. So it is the function of operating system. It is very important. At the same time, whenever user want to retrieve the same program after some course of duration of time or after some days, the user wants to retrieve or reload the particular program which were already stored on hard disk, then it is also the function of operating system to copy from hard disk to random access memory. So here operating system is main important thing between the hardware coordination, at the same time hardware software coordination. That's why it acts as a governor, it acts as a mediator, because system knows machine language or the machine knows machine language, whereas user knows human language only. Next one is application. So here this application allows standard communication between software and your computer. Whatever the programs specially designed for a particular purpose is called as application or application software. Suppose you are listening a music in your mobile phone, so you are uploading so you are opening particular music player. Operating system searches for the particular program and then it is opened within fraction of time. Then you are allowed to add songs to the player. Suppose if it is a video, then operating system loads the video software and that particular video is played. Like that, here user task could be completed with the help of application software. So here operating system searches for the application program and it is forward the instructions which are loaded in the application software or in the application forwarded to the hardware. Suppose you want to play music in your mobile phone, automatically after selecting your music player software or whenever you open the music player app, then the song is going to play. Whenever it is going to play, then speakers are automatically activated. Then that analog signals or the audio signals are translated or forwarded to the speaker. So like that, here there is a coordination between application software and hardware should be exist to complete the user task. This could be achieved with the help of operating system. So here operating system is an important. Next one is it provide user interface which allows you to communicate with your computer. So here interface means in operating systems the first window which appears or the first desktop which will appear is called as an interface. Suppose if your mobile phone is get switched off, when you switch on the mobile phone, then automatically it loads the operating system. After for loading of operating system or loading of company logos or any other tunes, each and everything completed within fraction of time, then it provided an interface. So through that interface you can make a call, you can select an WhatsApp chat, or you may select a music player, or you may view a message, text message, or you may select a camera, or you may select video, etc., etc. So here the first screen which will appear after loading your operating system on mobile is called as interface. For a computer, whenever it is booted after loading the operating system from hard disk to random access memory, for loading operating system from hard disk to random access memory, it may take 2 to 3 minutes. This time span is drastically reducing from one operating system to another operating system. I am saying that it is an approximate time 2 to 3 minutes to load operating system from hard disk to random access memory. After loading this operating system into random access memory, it shows a particular window. That first window is called as user interface. Here user is allowed to select any program which were already loaded or which were already in the storage device. You may select Word, you may select Excel, you may select PowerPoint, you may select Tally, you may select DBS or Notepad, music player, video player, Internet Explorer or any other web browser, or you may explore entire computer, C drive, D drive, E drive, whatever it may be, through the interface only. So here these are the some of the major functions or tasks to be done by the operating system. So process management, memory management, device management, storage management, application software, loading, user interface. These are the important tasks to be done by the operating system. So here you are seeing that a particular operating system. Here the visible window is for Windows operating system. Here it is looking like a laptop computer, and that laptop computer it is displaying a logo that is related to Microsoft Windows operating system. Here what are the different types of tasks to be done by the operating system? Look at first one, allows software to communicate with the hardware. Second one is moves data to and from the hard disk. Next one, loads and runs other software applications. Handles inputs and outputs. Next one, recognizes and installs peripheral devices. Next one, manages files and folders. Next one, shares out system memory. Next one, handles system errors and alerts user. Next one, manages system security. There are so many number of tasks to be done by the single operating system. It may be hundreds or even thousands of tasks to be done with the help of a single operating system. But among that we are discussing a few important tasks to be done by the operating system. So here first one, allows software to communicate with the hardware. So suppose you want to play a video, or suppose you want to shot a particular video. Whenever you select that particular video app or video program, then automatically that camera is activated. So here allowing user, whenever user select a particular program, that program related hardware should be activated with the help of operating system. Here you are selected video app or video program to shoot or to load your video. So then it activated video camera. Then it give a choice to select whether it is a front camera or back camera. If it is front camera, then you are allowed to select a particular icon. You select that icon, front camera is automatically activated. See here, your software is for recording a video. you loaded that particular program. Whenever you loaded that program, then a particular camera is activated. Then also it provide facility to select whether it is the front camera or rear camera or back camera. So here whenever you select a rear camera option, then front camera is inactivated, rear camera is activated. If you select rear camera, if you select front camera, then rear camera is inactivated and front camera is activated. Like that you may take any option. Suppose you want to select to listen particular songs, you open songs folder or you directly open to audio or music player app, then automatically it activates the speakers. Until unless you select audio song or playing a video, speaker is inactivated. Whenever you select that song to be played, then it activated hardware. That hardware is speakers. If you select recording of camera or recording of a video, then it activating camera. If you want to play the video, then it activating the audio, that is speakers. So here it allows software to communicate with the related hardware. It is similar to your pattern. Suppose you want to draw a pattern on your mobile screen, then it activates the surface or the screen. If you want to activate or you unlock your phone through fingerprint or fingerprint recognition, then automatically it activates the fingerprint scanner. So here it activating or the software allowed to communicate with the required hardware. There are so many hardwares exist, all are not activated. Which one is required? That particular hardware is activated. So here it is allowing software to communicate with the hardware. Next one, moves data to and from the hard disk. As we are discussing, computer have two types of memories in previous classes. They are volatile memory, non-volatile memory. Non-volatile memory is read-only memory. Volatile memory is random access memory. Non-volatile memory, which is called as permanent memory. This memory consisting of the instructions which are necessary at the time of booting. The last instruction, consider as the last instruction in the read-only memory is activation of operating system. Whenever operating system is activated, then it automatically get copied from hard disk to random access memory. At that time it begins loading operating system itself from operating system, loading itself from hard disk to random access memory. Like that here you want to load a particular word program, or you want to a video player, or you want to an audio player. So here that audio player, video player, etc. programs are stored or is in inactive position in the hard disk. Whenever user select that particular program, then that copy or a copy of that particular program get copied or transferred to the random access memory. Whenever you made changes to the program or after performing your task or completion of your task, you want to save the changes which to be done on that particular time. That modified information could be again transferred to hard disk from random access memory. So like that here, moving of data or information or programs from hard disk to random access memory, from random access memory to hard disk could be done with the help of operating system only. Next one, loads and runs other software applications. So here operating system itself get copied from hard disk to random access memory. Okay, it is fine. First of all, hard disk, first operating system loads itself from hard disk to random access memory. It is the major or master software. So here that master software act as a base program for the other application programs. Without loading of operating system, it is quite impossible for loading other application softwares, because it act as a master control program. It act as a major or base software for other software. Whenever user want to perform work with the Excel or Word or PowerPoint or Tally or any other thing, then that particular software should be loaded from hard disk to random access memory. So here, whenever user select a particular program, then operating system searches for that particular specified or user specified program in the hard disk. If the program is exist, then a copy of that particular program, not original, a copy in the sense a Xerox. If you have original SSC certificate or intermediate certificate, whenever any office or any college asks you to submit your SSC marks memo, then you get copy or get a Xerox copy from the original and submit it into that office. Like that here, original program remain lying or taking rest on the hard disk. A copy, a Xerox copy of that particular program loaded into random access memory. So here it is also main task of the operating system to load and run other software applications or application software. User allowed to perform load any number of programs depending upon the size of the random access memory. Suppose user wants to perform 2 or 3 programs simultaneously. For example, it is allowed to type through keyboard. At the same time, you want to surf or you want to open a web browser for a content which are required in the typing matter. Then you are allowed to surf through the browser. Operating system provide facility to open that browser simultaneously. At that time, your typing word get inactivated. It is already loaded in the random access memory, but it allocates the time slot of processor to the web browser. After getting web browser or after getting the content, it is again activate the word. Then you perform work with the word. In between, you want to listen songs, so automatically it load the audio player software. You can add any number of songs to the audio player, then it continuously play the song. This is also simultaneously while you are typing on the word, you are allowed to listen the songs without any break. So here there are more number of programs also allowed to load in the random access memory. Here operating system coordinates with the hardware and hardware software without any interruption or without any damage to the hardware or without any problem with the other softwares. So this could be done with the help of operating system. Loading and runs other software applications. After performing your task in the Word, again you want to save the program, then it is get copied from the random access memory and replaced with the old file with the new file. Replaced file have consider previous file or yesterday file having 50 lines. You typed another 50 lines today. So previous 50 lines are erased and new 100 lines. Old 50 lines, new 50 lines. Total this file consisting of 100 lines. That old file is erased and this new file with the 100 lines are get copied on the same location. This could be done with the help of operating system only. It handles inputs and outputs. So here handling of devices is very difficult. There are more number of input and output devices exist to a single computer. Every hardware or every input output devices require time slot of processor. Each and every second or nanosecond, every hardware should get to be instructed with the processor. According to the instructions issued by the processor only hardwares work. For that purpose, every hardware device, whether it is input, output, processor, whether it is input, output, memory or storage, whatever it may be, each and everything should alert to get instruction from the processor. So without any interruption, without any problem, this operating system control all the hardware and softwares. So here it handles inputs and output. Not only input and output, it also handle other memory storage devices which are attached to the computer. Next one, recognizes and installs peripheral devices. So user is allowed to attach other peripheral or other devices to the computer. In olden days, whenever these personal computers are released for the first time, released for commercial use or to a group of people allowed to use computers in the early 1980s. In those days, there is only one standard input device, that is keyboard exists. But today, several number of, there is no limit to attach other external input or output devices to the computer. So whenever you insert a particular device into the or to the computer, then automatically it recognizes whether that particular device having suitable software, then it loads the suitable software and gets action into working. If that software is not available, the device is new device, then it display the message that software is not loaded and it cannot be work with the hardware. So here that operating system instruct the person or the user the suitable software is not available in the operating system or in the hard disk. So that device could not perform any work at this particular time. This type of alert is given by the operating system. Whenever you insert a pen drive, whenever you insert a memory card, when you insert or when you have attached with your mobile phone to the computer. So each and every device have its own software. Almost all existing electronic devices have software. Required software is provided in the operating system. So here operating system recognizes the inserted or newly connected device to the computer. If that device, whether existing device, automatically that software is gets copied. If it is the new device, suppose consider you are installing a new printer or if you are connecting a printer, then it asks for the software, whether the software CD is available, then insert into the CD drive, or if the software is available in the operating system, then it asks for the that output device or the printer name and manufacturing and that version or the number. So automatically that particular printer software is loaded and that printer get activated with the loading of software. Okay students, today we stop here. On next day we discuss other tasks of the operating system. So here operating system provided or operating system perform several types of functions. Those are file management, process management, input output device management, network management, subsidiary storage management and security management. There may be a long question within this topic. What is operating system? Discuss functions of operating system. So you may get 10 marks out of 10 marks with this simple functions of operating system. Don't by heart, just listen to this one or listen, then automatically you have an idea. Here file management, process management, input output device management, network management, secondary storage management and security management also done with the help of operating system. So here these are the functions. There are so many functions exist. Among that popular or important functions we are discussing. Tomorrow or in next class we discuss other functions of or other tasks of operating system. Okay students, thank you, have a nice day.